Hello everyone. Please listen to a meaningful story titled The Big Rocks. This story teaches us an important lesson about how to focus on the most important goals in our lives and arrange our priorities wisely so we can achieve the best results. Many people today are very busy. They wake up early, rush to work, answer messages, check emails, watch the news, and run from one task to another at the end of the day. They feel very tired, but sometimes, after doing so many things, they still feel something important is missing. This story reminds us of a simple truth. If we want to live a meaningful life, we must first put the most important things into our lives before everything else. Many years ago, in a large city, a well-known life mentor named Professor Daniel Carter was invited to speak at a seminar for young business leaders and students. The room was full of people who were ambitious and eager to succeed. Some wanted to start companies, some wanted to become scientists. Others dreamed of building happy families and meaningful careers. Among the audience were several interesting people. There was Michael, a young businessman who worked day and night trying to build his first company. There was Linda, a university student who dreamed of becoming a doctor, but often felt overwhelmed by her studies. There was Robert, a middle-aged manager who had achieved financial success, but felt he had little time for his family. They all came to hear Professor Carter speak about success and time management. Professor Carter walked slowly to the front of the room. He was calm and friendly. In his hands, he carried a large glass jar. The audience looked at each other with curiosity. Instead of beginning with a long speech, Professor Carter smiled and said, "Today, I will give you a small demonstration from under the table." He took out a bag filled with large rocks, each about the size of a fist, one by one. He placed the rocks carefully into the jar. Everyone watched quietly. Soon the jar was filled with big rocks all the way to the top. Professor Carter looked around the room. "Tell me," he asked gently, "is the jar full?" The audience laughed. "Of course it is." Many people replied. Michael nodded confidently. "Yes, there is no more space." Professor Carter smiled again. "Are you sure?" He reached under the table and took out another bag. This bag contained small gravel stones. Slowly, he poured the gravel into the jar. The small stones rolled down between the big rocks and filled many empty spaces. Then he shook the jar gently so the gravel could settle deeper. The audience began to understand that something interesting was happening. Professor Carter asked again, "Now, is the jar full?" This time, some people hesitated. Linda raised her hand carefully. "Maybe not," she said. "Good," Professor Carter replied. He reached under the table again and pulled out another bag. This time, the bag contained fine sand. He poured the sand slowly into the jar. The sand slipped easily between the rocks, and gravel until it filled all the tiny, empty spaces. The jar now looked completely full. Professor Carter raised his eyebrows. "And now," he asked, "is the jar full?" The audience laughed again. Robert answered, "Probably not." Professor Carter nodded with approval. "Excellent." He picked up a small pitcher of water and poured it slowly into the jar. The water flowed between the sand grains until it reached the very top. Now the jar truly could not hold anything more. Professor Carter placed the jar on the table and looked at the audience. "What do you think this demonstration means?" Michael quickly raised his hand. "I know," he said confidently. "It shows that no matter how busy we are, we can always add more tasks to our schedule if we try hard enough." Several people nodded. That sounded like a reasonable answer. But Professor Carter shook his head gently. "That is not the real lesson." The room became quiet. Professor Carter walked slowly around the table. "The real lesson is very simple," he said. "If I had poured the sand and water into the jar first, the big rocks would never have fit inside." He paused for a moment. "The big rocks must go into the jar first." The audience began to understand. Professor Carter pointed to the large rocks inside the jar. "These big rocks represent the most important things in your life. They may be your education, your dreams, your family, your health, or your purpose in life." He pointed to the gravel. "These smaller stones represent your work tasks, daily responsibilities, and activities." Then he pointed to the sand. "The sand represents small things that fill our time, messages, small worries, entertainment, and many little distractions." Finally, he pointed to the water. "And the water represents all the tiny things that take our attention but do not truly matter." He looked around the room again. "If you fill your life with sand and water first, you will never have room for the big rocks." The room was silent. Everyone was thinking. Michael suddenly remembered how he spent most of his days answering emails and attending endless meetings. Linda thought about how she often wasted time scrolling through social media when she should be studying medicine. Robert remembered many evenings when he stayed late at the office instead of going home to his children. Professor Carter continued speaking. "A successful life does not mean doing many things. A successful life means doing the right things first." He walked toward the window and looked outside. "Many people say they are too busy to follow their dreams. But the truth is not that they are busy. The truth is that they are filling their jars with sand." The audience laughed softly. Then Professor Carter invited several people to come to the stage. Michael stepped forward. Professor Carter handed him a rock. "What is one big rock in your life?" Michael thought for a moment. "My dream is to build a company that helps people solve real problems." Professor Carter nodded. "That is a big rock." Then he gave a rock to Linda. What is your big rock? Linda smiled nervously. My dream is to become a doctor and help sick people. That is another big rock. Then Robert stepped forward. My big rock, he said quietly, is my family. I want to spend more time with my children. Professor Carter smiled warmly. Those are the things that truly matter. He pointed again to the jar. If you place these big rocks into your life first, everything else can fit around them. But if you fill your life with small things first, the important things will never find space. The audience began to clap. But Professor Carter raised his hand gently. One more thing, he said. Your jar is your life. You have only a limited space, so choose carefully what you place inside it. The seminar ended that afternoon, but the lesson stayed in the minds of everyone who attended. Michael began to focus his time on building meaningful ideas instead of attending unnecessary meetings. Linda created a study plan and spent her time learning medicine seriously. Robert started leaving work earlier so he could have dinner with his family. Each of them remembered the jar. Each of them remembered the big rocks. And slowly, their lives became more balanced and meaningful. Because when you put the most important things first, everything else begins to fall into place. Thank you for watching and listening to the meaningful story, The Big Rocks. We hope this story helps each of us learn how to manage time wisely and prioritize the most important values in life. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share to support our channel. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos soon.